Vision boarding. I am a big fan of giving time in your life to really think about who it is that you are and where are you going. My personality is what I call a high fire, a high wind fire. I'm very task orientated. I like to know where I'm going. I'm quite fast paced. And I think it's really important to sometimes just slow that down and actually just really be intentional about how we're living. I'm a huge believer that when we set intentions, we actually see much more of the things we really want to happen. At home, on my fridge, I've always got an intention that I've set for either one thing or several things, or for the year ahead. I tend to do it every 2 to 3 months. I tend to recreate my vision board. Now, I've been doing it for many years, so I'm quite adept now to just doing it very quickly, and I know there's the path that I follow to create my own board. I'm about to do a vision board session with a teenager for her very first time, and so what I am planning to do is to throw it wide open, and we're going to be as creative and as out of the box as possible. We're going to be talking about every area of her life. Who is she really, and what does she really want from her life now and in the future? Where is she headed? What are the goals that she's got? How is she going to achieve them? Is the second part of the vision boarding exercise. It's more important for the first thing that we just, what I call, throw all the leaves up in the air. So, how do we do that? We get inspiration from magazines, books, internet. I've asked her to come prepared, having looked at her own life. I've given her a whole list of things to really start thinking through, like, what does she like? What is she passionate about? What does she believe in? What doesn't she like? What isn't she passionate about? What are her political views? Does she feel about her family, her relationships, her sexuality, her partners, potential partners? What does she really like in a partner? What would she like to attract in her life? How does she feel about herself? How does she come across? What's her image? How would she like her image to be? We go on and on and on, peeling back the onion layers bit by bit to really establish who she really is in every avenue of her life. Who does she really want to be in her life? And we then create a vision board that represents that. That's stage one. So this is a kind of basic model of flow that we find. I've just put absolutely everything on here quickly. There's 100 more things we could put on here, but it's kind of who am I and what do I truly want in my future, now and in the future. And we just start to look at those answers on a clean sheet of paper using glues and our pens and our minds, and some people prefer to do it on the internet. I'm an old-fashioned girl, 70s chick, so I like to do everything with cut and paste. The next stage of vision boarding is kind of the stage that really excites me the most. When we've thrown everything up in the air and everything is made possible, we then look to the next layer of what's the reality of this, of what we've created, of our poster, of our visual aid. And then we do what I call the true vision board, where we take the bigger picture and we actually hone it down to something much more concise, precise, that really speaks about our set intention for the areas of our life. And it might be that through that second exercise we realise that there are actually a top 3 or one set intention before you move on to the rest. Or there may be a plethora of wonderful, colourful things that actually really do express where we want to be. It doesn't really matter because there's no right way, there's no wrong way. The main thing is that we are focusing positively on us, who we are, and where are we headed. Something very, very powerful takes place when we do that. And I'm really looking forward to starting this journey with a young girl who is at the cusp of a big transition in her life as she's thinking about ending school and moving towards her future. What a brilliant time to start vision boarding for her. The kinds of things that you want on your board are visual aids, visual prompts of things to remember, of guides of where you're headed, of giving you a bit of direction, sometimes just focusing your attention, or maybe it's a promise to yourself, something that represents something that has a whole host of other thoughts attached to it. It's basically your mind on a map, a visual map, and you put it somewhere where you regularly engage with that visual aid. So you're constantly being fed these positive messages about I can, I will, I am going, I am doing, and it has the most incredible impact on how you choose to make your day, week, month happen. So that is stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 3 is a much more intimate thing that I do with clients, where we really then look at their mission statement. What is their mission statement for their life? What is the statement that frames how they make decisions, how they choose to live, how they choose to engage with work and friendships and relationships and a future partner, whatever it may be? What is the mission statement that backs up who they are? That's another really powerful exercise that often follows the vision boarding and can concrete and seal those kind of promises and intentions that you've set. It gives you a foundation that is rock solid, and my mission statement is still something that is true to me, that I created many years ago, and it's still true to me and has been for years. It's how I base the big decisions of my life and the small. So if anyone is ever interested in doing vision boarding or mission statements or anything like this, I'm here, I'm available. I love doing this as part of my day job. But equally, grab a friend, grab someone you're close to, and perhaps do follow the steps. Google online, it's very popular now. Do this kind of thing regularly in your life. Shake out the crap and build in the solid foundations. It's a really powerful thing to do.